Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are here with top 10 worst characters of 2022. Now when we do this list, say for instance Stranger Things. I did the first 3 seasons in 2021. So let's say I dislike a character in those seasons. Then when it comes to season 4, if they're like totally different, then we're going to be judging on that season. And also it like there may be like a little residual, carryover, but it's not going to be like, oh, they were F tier character in the early seasons and now they're A tier character, but we're still going to put them on the list. Nah, if they, it might, let's say they're an A tier character in 2022, but years before they were an F, it might bring them down to a B, but it's not going to we're not going to be strictly on that, that's not 2022. But before you get into this, make sure you thumbs up and subscribe, and let's get it. All right, so we got a couple dishonorable mentions. First, we got the Game of Thrones fumbles. I'm gonna say this in this video and also in the best characters tier list, not tier list, but top 10 video. But these are characters that, the first 4 seasons, that they were good characters, but they weren't the same characters that we ended off with. These go for Tyrion, Jaime. Those are the 2 main ones. Varys, Littlefinger. Those are like the top 4. I'm gonna say Jon Snow. He wasn't really the worst character in the end, but he was just kind of just present. Like after Battle of the Bastards, he was kind of there. You know what I'm saying? And he had some stupid moments beyond the wall, and then had some moments that he could have made better. We got 3 dishonorable mentions in Westeros, so we're gonna go ahead and get this out the way, man. We got Cersei. Now listen, I'm sorry. People was hating on me for not. Oh well, when I would say something about Cersei, I'm like, dude, first and foremost, I wasn't really too big on her. Now, when it came to season 3 and it came to her and like Tyrion and Tywin, yeah, I like those scenes. You know what I'm saying? But I just look at, 1, from her point of view, and 2, like by the time the damage was basically done. No, you gave us the backstory by the time the damage was done. And I'm not really going to go too big on that, but if you see my Game of Thrones reactions, you know where I'm going, where I'm just like, especially with the last one, when it came to the High Sparrows, and if you know, you know. So that's her. Then we got Crab Feeder. Now he's only on this list because, he had a cool little concept, and then, one of the things was speeding through time to set up House of the Dragon. He was just kind of, pushed to the side. Next, we got Shae. Now, you might just be like, oh, you can't let that little moment, that's because... Nah, I'm saying, at first, to myself, I was like, I can't say it just because of that. But you have to think like this. I was so close to blacklisting her, not blacklisting her, but putting her in consideration, for blacklist. She didn't take that extra step, yet. But she was pissing me off when it came to you see the situation and you keep not understanding. You was one of the go-to people. I was like, okay, yeah, she a real one. And you don't understand this situation. You letting your emotions run it, bruh. Number 10, we have Reva. I don't even remember, like, I don't remember what number sister she was. But what's the worst is, when I was thinking of her character, I couldn't remember her name for a minute. Now, 2 times, if you've seen Obi-Wan Kenobi, 2 times, we're kind of put in, disbelief 1 time, but 2 times? Okay, bro, like, you're stretching it. And then, her plan made no sense. Like, and then the ending, and then why was that resolution how the way it was? What's to stop? What's to restrict her from just being like, you know what? I'm mad again. Like, dude. And I was literally trying to give her a chance as we're going along. And then when they kind of like set her plan, I was like, that doesn't make sense. 9, we have Euron Greyjoy. Now, I'm glad, but like, well, yeah, I am glad. When it comes to books and shows, or no, when it comes to, well, let's just say books and shows and movies and books, and let's say usually books is the source material. I like to watch the adaptation first and then go to the books, because for this very instance, if I read Euron and I'm like, from what I'm hearing, I'm like, oh, he's this badass character, and then I get what I get, I'm pissed. Now when I'm watching the show, I'm just kind of like, okay, like, I didn't really hate him. I'm just kind of, when he was an inconvenience, and he was a plot convenience. Like, oh, here I am, I teleported in, like, dude, what? Number 8, we got, I'm gonna get some hate from this. Now look, this one is probably one, I only have this one at 8 because I want to kind of like, I didn't want to have the same properties in order. Well, we got Sam from The Lord of the Rings. I don't like, he's way too much, bro. Does he say Mr. Frodo, Mr. something? I'm like, dude, hop off my man's sack, bruh. And then when he was crying at the end, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Yo, get the... I don't remember my reaction to that scene, but I just remember in my head just thinking, bro, why are you crying? He's like, I can't swim, bro. It was goofy as hell to me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Number 7, we got Bran. Now Bran, Bran probably end up cool in the books, but the thing about Bran is, D&D didn't want to have, they didn't want to explore the magical elements. Only when it was necessary, when it came to Game of Thrones. So they probably was just like, okay, well, this is one thing that George told us, so we'll put that in there. Okay. So, that the reason that was good was because of George. Okay. We could kind of, conclude that this might be this, but we're not going to tell you anything else, and we're just going to have this BS conclusion, and like, oh my gosh, bro. So it's like, you kind of want to see more what's going on with this, but we get no types of answers. We get, literally someone would be like, what is that? And he'll be like, it's hard to explain. And bro was literally fine until the plot needed him to be a monotone, like, emotionless character. Now, this one's not one that I really hate that much, but we got number 6, we got Leighton from Snowpiercer. Now, look, the reason you're here is because you're the main character of the show, bruh, and I don't care for you. I like majority of the side characters more than you. Till's like one of the GOATs from the series. Hell, at the beginning of the series and, you know, towards the end of season 3, like, granted, we can never be the same again, but like, Audrey I was enjoying her more than you. Now that was, you know, because of the relationship with Till, but still, bars. But like Melanie more than you. Wilford, Pike, damn, what Pike baby girl name, dude? Can't draw in the blank. Well, I guess I can't mention her now because I can't remember her name right now. But you're the main character. I don't care for you. And your girl is the first one on the blacklist. Listen, it's the end of the world for y'all, but still, fuck that baby. All right. I would have been chilling, literally, with Josie. You over here with Zarah. Man, stop it. Can't believe I just let those words, that name come out my mouth. You remember how I said me and Audrey, you know, our relationship could never be the same again? That's kind of how it is with Kristen Cole. You was my guy the first 3 episodes, man. I'll kind of view it from the POV character, but I'll still try to see a character from their perspective. So like, for instance, Negan, like you can see from his perspective, oh, these people came in, you know, killed my people, so of course I gotta like make an example. Or Thanos, oh, yeah, I'm doing this bad stuff, but like you can see that I'm trying to like actually help, you know, trillions, even though, you know, you killed trillions. It's the same thing when it came to Kristen Cole. I'm like, all right, let me see, bro, you got whipped from one. It can't be that good, bro. Now, if y'all had a continuous relationship, like if y'all had, you know, actual like romance and y'all were sneaking around and he was like, you know, this has been eating me up, bro, you clapped one time from that, from what we seen, and then you just spazzed. Then you spazzed even harder. Then we had a time skip, and you're just a whole different person now. You so smooth, and you know what I'm saying, you throw your little jabs and shit like that. Okay, cool. Now you're like all like uptight and shit. Like, bro, get out my face. Number 4, we got Nancy. Now, Nancy, I hated her first 3 seasons. And now this is probably this is the reason why I said Stranger Things, because this is one of the only ones that I could think of that's like has some residual. I finished the first 3 seasons, and you know, she was on the blacklist. You know what I'm saying? Zarah was the first person, but like I think I recorded that video and just had it like a little thing. I was just joking around, but I think I recorded that Nancy scene like a couple weeks later before I put up that Zarah video, and then I actually made that like an actual like blacklist. So you and Zarah in a way created the blacklist. So we get to season 4. So we got to talk about season 4, but that residual, Steve, you wasn't my guy at the time, but how you did Steve, but then how you did Jonathan, and how you did Barbara, and they killed Barb. No, they didn't. You still to this day you be trying to say that. Then Mike and Lucas and Dustin get their friend back. I don't get my, she didn't say that, but her face was just like, I don't get my friend back. Okay, we get it, bruh. If that was a scene later, like you was like you was happy for them, but later that night you just started thinking, and then like maybe you like cried up, oh damn, that feels, bruh. Damn, I understand like what you're going through. Or like maybe you had that scene, they oh, they're in a hospital bed, blah blah blah, and then it's like I think it went to Christmas or whatever, gave Jonathan a gift, and then like maybe Will and Lucas and Mike and them start like hanging out and stuff like that, and you're kind of smiling like, oh, they're back together. And then maybe you see like a picture of Barb, and then your demeanor changes. Like, that's different. But bruh, it just kind of just seemed like, well, I didn't get my friend back. Then the whole thing of you weren't, when Mike or Lucas said you weren't with her, and then Jonathan said, I'm here now, hallelujah. Like, bitch, get on my face with that. But we gonna get into season 4. All right. So she kept trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, throw shade, not really throw shade, but like give little side eyes to Robin and shit like that. Like, yo, put some respect on her name. Robin, they had you be a little much just so they could kind of justify it. And it kind of seemed like they were kind of just throwing some things in or justify it, even though like it wasn't going to be to that level to justify some of the things when it came to Nancy. We're gonna circle back to that. Then we get into the whole thing with Steve. Okay, you try to like put the moves on Steve, even though now you're with Jonathan. And then, okay, you didn't want to go visit Jonathan, but he also didn't want to visit you or whatever. Like, one of y'all couldn't make the compromise. Okay, we could just leave it at that. But now we're having a thing to justify her trying to get with Steve with, oh, he didn't want to come see me or whatever. Like, dude, that's not a reason to cheat, bruh. I feel like he's hiding something. When we talked, it was different. Like, bro, get out of my face with that. Like, Nancy take no accountability. She thinks she go so, like, you're not at this level, bro. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Number 3, we got, now I was gonna accidentally slip up and say this when we talked about the Game of Thrones fumbles, but I had to be realistic. We got Daenerys Targaryen. Now look, when I first did my ranking main characters tier list, I had her in like D or something, and I said I'm gonna put you on hold. I think I did the first 2 seasons. At the time, I didn't really care about her. Season 3, I vibed with her. And then after that, I'm kind of like, yo, can we just go to Westeros already? Like, I'm sick of Marine. I'm sick of these slave cities and all that. Like, I was over it. The only time when I'm like, let's go, is when she got the Unsullied Army, and like when she got the Second Sons. I'm like, okay, yeah, Daenerys, yeah, woo. We got Barristan on our side, Sir Barristan. We got Ser Jorah. Like, all right, cool. I guess maybe I just like Ser Jorah, and when you send him away, that it kind of just went down for me, the interest. And then Sir Barristan's gone, and we just got, she flew away, and I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. And then y'all know how it ended. I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't watched it. Now the funny thing is, I'll just say, at the time I had a roommate, and then I just heard, someone's a stupid bitch. I don't remember if it was Daenerys or Cersei. I didn't remember which one it was. I just remember hearing that, and I knew that came with Game of Thrones, because I knew she went somewhere to watch Game of Thrones. Alright. So I knew that when I went into the series, but I just remember who. And I also remember watching a video of someone saying, like, it doesn't make sense why this character would do this. Because they were talking about, I think they're talking about Star Wars or something. And then they used that as an example. No. I think they might have been talking about D&D. It was saying like, why are they getting Star Wars when they did this with Game of Thrones? And then they brought that up. So I didn't know what they're talking about. And so I had this idea, this vision in my head, not vision, but like, you know how like you'll read a book and you'll kind of like have the image in your head. That's kind of what I had, an image in my head, but I didn't know what it was, because they didn't really go in depth of it. They just said, all right, just skip 15 seconds if you haven't seen. So they just said, I don't get why Daenerys would snap like that and, you know, slaughter all those people or something like that. So, all right, skip another 15 seconds. Actually, nah, you good. So I just had armies in my mind, and like, what is it called? Like, that probably looked wrong, dude. That the sort of execution where it's like they shoot you in the back of the head or whatever. That's kind of what I had in mind. Obviously, not, you know, because Game of Thrones, y'all got guns, but you know what I'm talking about. But so that was in the back of my head. As soon as when it was about to happen, I was like, okay, that was that, and that, okay, that was this. Number 2, we got Ryan from The Boys. Ryan, even though you're super powered, bruh, we gotta throw the ones, bruh. I don't like you at all, bruh. And Butcher, I know you're trying to. I didn't even like Rebecca, dude. Or Becca, dude. If season 2, if I reacted to that, Becca, she might have got the blacklist. I don't know. Like, I didn't hate her, but I really didn't like her. Like, she was on some different. Now you can get some more, you know, drama and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe she should have actually, you know, died, like the source material. Sorry for the spoiler, it is what it is. But I didn't like Becca. And Ryan, he's worse. And then the fact that, like, but we had this whole plan. Granted, I don't want Homelander gone. He's too interesting, and Homelander cannot get up out of here unless Anthony Starr gets an Emmy. So until that happens, Homelander, he got to be here and go. He got to be going crazy. And so we had this whole plan, but oh no, Ryan's here. Man, stop it! Get out of my face with that, bruh. And number 1, I'm sure we all can agree, if you've seen Stranger Things season 4, we got Jason. This was another one I tried to see from your perspective. Look, bruh. I forgot what I said at the first moment where I'm like, bro, what do you? Oh, I don't remember the first thing. Bruh's using like Hopper's death and all in their deaths as like his pep rally speech. And they die so we could win tonight's game. Yo, bruh, I'm coming out my grave and I'm beating your ass. Don't ever dishonor my life and death like that ever again, bro. Oh my god, and then your own girl dies. Sorry, spoiler alert. Sorry, your own girl die, and then you're in denial about this, that, and the third, and then. That's another thing with the cops. They said she was going there to buy drugs. She wouldn't do that. She wouldn't be around Eddie. The boyfriend. Usually people, when someone dies, usually they say the boyfriend. Right? The boyfriend or the husband. So you would think to go with Jason, and when he kind of X's Eddie out of the equation, that's a little suspicious, my guy. All right, we're talking about you, not the cops, so we'll let you have that. Then you use your own girl's death as your little pep talk. And Chrissy she would want us to do this. No, you don't even know what happened to Chrissy. You didn't even know what was. Oh yeah, she would have came to me. She wasn't going through anything because she would have came to me. Man, stop it, bro. Because you didn't see what's going on. You're too busy trying to. Oh, there's a tragedy over there. Yeah, I could use that for the next pep rally. Like, dude. And then you see the supernatural happen. Oh, wasn't Eddie, it was the devil, but he's a conduit. Bruh said twice it wasn't Eddie. First it was your girl, and then it was your bro, and you was at the crime scene of one of them. They didn't catch Eddie there. You were there. They didn't look at you. Okay, bet. Whatever. Now you're convinced that, you know, Eddie's a conduit of the devil. All right. Then you pull up, get strapped up. You all up in Nancy's face and shit. Like, bro, you're a weirdo. You better back up, bruh. Pull up on Lucas with a gun. Your man's over there like tackling his little sister. Bruh, his sister's like 14, my guy. Well, nah, I think the actress is like 14, but y'all probably want her like 12 because y'all supposed to be in high school. So, but bruh, you tackle his little sister who's in middle school. We'll just say middle school, okay? And then what else? Oh, so then we know what happens after you pulled the gun on Lucas. So those who've seen it, and if you see my reaction, you know how it was. That was the I can literally count on one hand the times that I like almost jumped out my seat and celebrated. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to say it. Spoiler alert, sorry. When you died, I celebrated. If I see one singular scene, unless it's him fucking dying, if I see Jason in one singular scene, I'm done. Thank you. Next time I need to close her up for the sake of this fucking idiot. And the thing is, if he was in the other seasons and it had it go up to this moment, and we like when he said she would have came to me. If we would have saw like, okay, yeah, you weren't that type of guy, and like maybe you're trying to work on it, but you was like on some different shit, and I'll be like, okay, I can relate a little bit. You're still an idiot, but I don't know you, dude. And I try to get behind you, and then you just you kept. Anytime I tried to get behind you, and it was right there in front of your face, you wanted to be like, bro, dude. Thanks, you doomed us. You've doomed the city, you fucking goofball. If anything, bring back Steve's old homeboy. At least that's a familiar face. I don't know you, Jason. Okay, like we can't just have you be the catalyst for this whole entire thing. That's like if you just had some random character. Listen, it's 4 years later. That's like if you had some random character in Infinity War and who did what Peter Quill did when it came to Gamora. And that's like if Gamora was a new character. Right? You were one of the catalysts for this whole entire event. I don't know you. I just met you. You couldn't take Nancy? Everything got fucked up because of you. You had to hold that celebration. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I think the best characters tier list might be, a little shorter, because I had to go in besides Jason, without spoiling. I had to try to explain why without trying to spoil it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. If you see, even if you haven't seen all the shows I reacted to, but if from what you've seen, or even shows that you've seen in your free time, what are some of the worst characters or annoying characters? And I'm not putting villains up here. I should have said that at the beginning of the video. That's tough. But I mean, they could be up here if they're poorly written or like just a nuisance. But let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. If you like the video, make sure you drop like, subscribe, share with your friends. Stay tuned for the next one. I almost said that kid gamer, but it's been a video by the world's coolest nerd, and I'm out. Peace.